What's up, everybody? I am back. We're doing some more alting tonight. I've been leveling up my tank all day today. I'm trying to get him to 70, but I wanted to get another episode of my druid in. This is the character I'm working through the Cataclysm timeline. I have individual characters dedicated each timeline to play through the content I've never seen before. Now, currently I'm still leveling up to level 30 through the content that I have done before. You have to get to 30 in the timeline before you get access to the Cataclysm content. So that's what I'm going to be working on tonight.
Safe travels.
There's a little bit more
Be careful.
of the Druid. If you haven't already checked this character's playstyle, that's not the word I'm looking for, playlist. This character has its own individual playlist dedicated to the Cataclysm timeline, and if you're watching this after the fact, it's going to be down below in the description of the YouTube video. But we're currently live, which means we're multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube. So if you're your first-time viewer, welcome aboard. Don't forget to check out both places because we do multi-stream every day, 5:30 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central as a general rule, and then random nights like tonight where I start early because it's only 5:30 Central. And I said, you know what? I got nothing else to do tonight. It's going to start raining soon. Let's go ahead and do some alting tonight for a few hours. So, I'm back on my Moonkin Druid, and we are in Duskwood, working on quests here. Stalvin Mistmantle slain. Hello? Is anyone home? No? Oh, is there a chest maybe I need to open? No, but I did get something. Take the ring into the woods where the body was buried. Enter and hold the ring before you. Ah, I'm supposed to go inside and hold the ring. There he is. My ring! Who holds my family ring? Tiloa? Is that you? Tobias? Tell me it's not true, brother. Tell me you didn't die a murderer. It's all true, brother. Every word. You doubted it. But why? How could you? You know why. Surely you felt anger. Anger so foul and vicious that it makes you want to tear someone to shreds. Aren't you feeling it right now? No! No! Stop it! Ah! What's up, Kel? What's up, Babylonia? Nice home tree hugger. It is a boomkin, yes. You see, brother, we're not so different. No. You want to see something really funny? Look how awesome my fat-ass boomkin looks on a griffin. Like, I'm bigger than the griffin, and I'm just riding it through the forest. It's awesome. That red cloak is hideous looking. The rest of my guy looks cool.
We've been walled up for far too long.
I've got a new life now. Whether it's that of a monster or a man is up to me. As for you, I cannot thank you enough for your assistance regardless of the outcome. Thank you. Take this with my thanks. No. I'll take the bracers because they're
We are bound by a common
way
enemy.
better. Alright. I'm not quite ready to join my companions. Please send word to apprentice Fresh the crossroads. It'll be staying in Darkshire a little longer. A little longer? A little longer. Get that Griffin some Motrin. No, I have not unlocked the Night Elf Heritage set yet. That's going to be later on. I do have that quest, though, saved on Renfail, because he's also a Night Elf. So I may go do that at some point. Alright, every quest I have at this point is to go down the road. So it looks like... off we go. Dun, 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 dun. Tomorrow night is going to be Heroic Night for anyone who's watching. We're going to be streaming Heroic Dungeons. You want to tune in for that. Tomorrow will be a normal start time. I don't anticipate starting early tomorrow night. Once you go Heritage, you'll never booking again. So this is something I've noticed. I know a couple people have mentioned this in the Discord as well. The old level, like the old content is so spread out compared to like the newer stuff where it's all condensed. There's a lot more running around in the lower levels. Oh, you'll never go Boomkin again. I got you. I just read it like you wrote it and was like, fair enough, man. Fair enough. I didn't understand it, but that's okay as long as you did. That's called stress. Is fucking with my fingers.
Good day.
Alright, Tobias is still staying in town.
Let the light of the new moon guide you. That's enough gabbing for me today.
Need to get corpse weed.
Long live Greymane. You wouldn't want to see me when I'm angry.
And need to find a lone Worgan.
Long live Greymane.
Or dirt pile. Alright, figure out what he's digging up. Kill ogres. Alright, what's closest? 4 and 2. Mound of loose dirt. I forget what this ability does. Oh, that's the instant cast. Gotcha. Dirt. Okay, he just went running off.
I got a bad feeling. Let
Man,
the
I'm
light of
loving
new
the
moon
dark
guide you.
mode on the quest backgrounds. That
Keep
is
your chin
so
up, eh?
cool.
Good day.
Sounds like a close call. He might still be fighting it. Master Harris must know.
That's enough gabbing for me today.
Take this package of corpse feed down the road.
You wouldn't want to see me when I'm angry.
New form, aquatic form. How come I don't see that on my forms list? It's passive. Oh, so it automatically changes when you... No, your travel form increases your swim speed 100%, allows you to breathe underwater. So it's when you're in travel form. Yeah, dude. Kel, I figured that out earlier tonight. You go into options. I was just randomly searching through here for things I hadn't clicked yet. And it's under the general tab. And here it says quest text contrast. And it has various options. And I was like, well, I'll try dark mode. And it looks so freaking awesome.
Need help?
Greetings.
Well met.
It's travel form in water. So, okay, so I have to, it's whenever I have travel form turned on, it's going to automatically convert to aquatic form when I hit water. All right, that makes sense. Oh yeah, dude, the night, yeah, that dark mode just like, that was a life changer for me too. I was like, oh my god, that's so much better. Do you even druid, bro? Oh, are we going in the cave? We're going in the cave, it looks like. Kel says, kudos for choosing Boomkin. Most people it's a meme, but I actually really like the spec. Dude, I didn't even think twice about it. Like when I was reading through the specs when they first presented me with talents, I was like, dude, balance is the way to go. Like I want that Boomkin, and I'm going pure caster. Like I had the option to like they were like, do you want to choose rejuvenation and all this? And I'm like, fuck no, I'm going all the way damage. Like I'm a spellcaster, baby. Like I'm gonna go all the way down here until I'm not allowed to spend any more points, and then I'll probably take some of the rejuvenation stuff just to have heals as a backup. But I'm primarily gonna be damage spec. Oh, and look, I have a point to spend. Hold up, wait a minute. I got to do some shit here. While in combat, you generate 2 astral power every 3 seconds. While out of combat, your power rebalances to 50 instead of depleting to empty. That's not bad. But I also get Twin Moons. Moonfire, which is this one. Deals 10% increased damage, also hits... Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's going to mean both of those are AoEs. So I now have specs that my Moonfire and my Sunfire are both AoEs. Ha ha ha! Bumlight says, if by druid you mean smokeweed and mac on hot dryads, then yes. I may or may not have. Yes. Just gonna answer yes to that. Oh my god, I am a rock star. I'm gonna have to work on the target selection is a little wonky sometimes. May not feel so good. That's because you got hit in the face with some Boomkin magic, baby. Do you believe in magic? And I hope you do, 'cause I'm gonna smear it on your face like you're cute. Taste my Boomkin magic. Oh man, 2 of those turn-ins are way back there. I'll have to wait till I get my flight path.
What can I do for you?
Here's a reward on behalf of the Night's Watch.
Careful.
Alright, let's run down the road because I need that flight path, and then I'll fly back and turn in the other 2 quests. And we will see what we can see. This place is very, like the music is low-key compared to like Drustvar. It's got a lot of environmental noise, like weird wind, just kind of whoosh. Oh, this is a lot different. Holy crap, this is a lot different than Classic. I just ran through here like 2 or 3 times on Classic and in Lich King. This looks a lot different. There's a flight point here. There's like a camp. Wargan at the farm. What we do here is not a cure. The mind, however, the mind can be restored. If he's fled the Jorgen stead, search the Outlstead to the south. He may be lurking in one of the buildings.
How are you?
What's up, Casti?
Have a good one.
Ain't you a chipper-looking one? Farewell. I got a bad feeling.
I created my Tauren Paladin this afternoon. I'm not ready to start him, I just wanted to get his name reserved and get the character created. The only objective with that character is just I want to get into level 40 so that I can unlock all the other races. So I'll probably do most of it offline. But I was hearing great things. Everybody was talking in Discord a couple days ago about how cool the original Tauren starting area is. So I think at some point I'm going to start a Tauren Shaman and go through that whole Tauren starting area just to see it. It sounds really cool. I think it's one of the few starting areas I haven't tried over the years. I did the Goblin one years and years and years. I think the first time I ever tried this game was 2009. Right when I moved to Bulgaria, I tried it for a little bit. I think it's the Burning Crusade era, and I did Goblin. It was alright. Orc, not Goblin. I did an Orc. You
Greetings.
can't do Goblins, I don't think. I meant Orc. Alright.
For the Alliance.
Intellect, stamina, yeah.
Light bless you.
Alright, we have another turn in up here. Dabble in some halfling leaf. Nothing wrong with that.
Hello.
Do you have my crate? Give it to me. Give it to me quickly.
See you around.
Out of the outskirts of town, it's a wonder the Walking Dead haven't eaten me. I want to make an effigy, a kind of scarecrow for ghouls, but I need some ghoul
Have a good
bits. Alright. What am I gonna spend my point on? I don't care about putting an enemy to sleep. Don't care about that. I'll probably take another rank of Nurturing Instinct. My moonkin brings all the ghouls to the yard, and they're like, come here, fetid corpse. Let me show you the flavor of the moonkin ice cream. I still need one more.
What can I do for you?
All right.
See
Got
you
the
later.
ribs. Thanks. These will do just the
See
trick.
you around.
Bring the letter to Mayor of
See you later.
Darkshire. Yeah, I think what they've done, Valis, is they've put a lot of the quests back over in the Ravenhill Cemetery area, or whatever it's called. Yeah, it's the Ravenhill Cemetery area. It seems like they've moved a lot of the quests over there, so you don't have to do as much running around. There's still a lot of running around, but the fact that you can get a mount, you get a mount right away, it doesn't feel bad at all. Herpa-derpin.
Well met.
What's this all about?
Go with honor, friend.
You fool, you've doomed us
For the
all.
Alliance.
You're not the first fool to be manipulated by Abercrombie. That Dorian old man is known as the Embalmer to us. He's a vile necromancer and a blight upon this town, and now, soon together and given life by the very materials you've brought him, his horrible creation approaches. That hideous creature will be upon us in mere moments. If you have any heart, you'll help the Night Watch drive off the abomination and save our town.
Be careful.
Oops! Oh no, what have I done? Bitches get stitches. All right.
Need help?
Ooh. Does it look cool? No. Take the ring.
For the Alliance.
Cool. All right. I think we can fly back now. We've also got a quest to turn in way down there. Rebels Without a Clue. I'm going to untrack that one. Okay. Yeah, we're going to fly back to Ravenhill from here. Oh, it's nothing but good for me, Valis. Like, I don't miss... Like, the more I ruminate on things like that, the less I miss old school stuff. I much prefer streamlined, fast.
Safe travel.
I like to be able to get in and get things done. Now, I don't think any of these have... Well, it's all close, so let's just start working on these. We need to soothe some spirits.
It's still recharging.
Oh, these aren't forlorn. Okay. Oh, it's the yellow ones. Okay. You gotta be right up on them, don't you? Alright, well, that's good to know. Bon appetit. Oh, that's gonna be inside this building, isn't it? Lurking Worgan captured. Inject the lurking Worgan.
I'm out of range.
Aha! Look at him, he's up top.
I need to get closer.
Target needs to be in front of you. Do I have to get him down? Never mind. Answer that question. Must be weakened to use. Okay. So I probably got him getting down to like 50% health or something. No. Go, 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 go! Okay, woo! Starting to panic that it wasn't going to do it. Alright. Oh, we might as well go get the Widow sacks before we turn in. Come here, spider. Where are you running? Ooey gooey spider legs. Alright, got all those. Go turn in.
Yes? You wouldn't want to see me when I'm angry.
You wouldn't like to see me when I'm angry.
Good day to you.
Please tell me you got it.
Safe travels.
I did. You saved me from having to go out in the woods with those awful things.
Have a good one.
At least for the day. I'm afraid I'll have to ask for another favor. Master Harris needs brains. Bear
See you
brains. Jitters, get ready. Watch Oliver Harris and Jitters attempt to cure the lurking Worgan. Hold him still, Jitters. I can't. Jitters. Damn it, Jitters, I said hold. Jitters. Oh no, he broke free. Oh, and he's gonna kill Jitters. I remember now. It's all your fault. Oh no, Jitters is gonna get eaten. You brought the Wargan to Duskwood. You led the Dark Riders to my farm and hid while they murdered my family. Every speck of suffering in my life is your pathetic fault. I should kill you. What's up, Thiago? Alright, that was interesting. Success! I can't thank you enough for giving me the chance to work the cure myself. Ooh, Moon Shriek Bracers. Or, I'm going to stick to two-handed weapons. The fate of Morbid Fell. Vile necromancer and the reason this land swarms with so many vile undead. Sounds like a plan.
We've been walled up for far too
Kill
long.
20 ghouls and get some new leggings.
Let the light of the new moon guide you.
Alright, what's number 3? Black bears? Let's do the black bears first, because that's like not related to the graveyard. And once I get up in the graveyard, it's probably going to be all graveyard quests. Heart beating, that was interesting. There's definitely a heartbeat. I wonder what that's related to. It's when I cast Starfire So that must be some sort of an effect related to the casting of Starfire. That's very interesting. Here, Mr. Barr. You're the only one here. Uh, 5 of 8. Man, those brains don't drop very often, do they? La razón es porque osos no tienen cerebros. Son animales. Nada más. One more. Alright. Now let's go into the graveyard and take care of these quests. Plague Spreader. Not all of these count as ghouls, apparently. Let's just gather them up. Probably the best course of action is just to do what I just did, round up a few at a time and AoE 'em. Bubbalina says, I like modern retail WoW because I'm too young to be completely nostalgic. I like that answer. Bubbaloni, I'm too young to be nostalgic. Oh, that's good. I just, you know, the more I play, the more I like this game because I didn't know it. And I mentioned it in the video that went live today, which is, I think the title of the video is, World of Warcraft is an excellent single-player RPG, right? And I think I talked about this. I didn't know that this game had so many similarities, or vice versa, with Star Wars: Old Republic. And now that I do, the more I play this game, the more I see those similarities, and the more I go, holy shit, this is a really good game. Like, retail World of Warcraft is a really good game, and I really kind of regret the fact that I didn't put time into it sooner. What's up, Stoneweaver? Normally says we need to get to a Glyph of Stars. It's a trinket that lets you play balance in an astral form of your Night Elf character. I agree as a Night Elf you are perfect. That does sound cool. Glyph of Stars. I think Todd actually shared a screenshot of that with me the other day. By the way, it started raining outside, everybody, so if I randomly disappear, it's going to be because of the rain and internet stuff. I thought I was hearing something in the background, so... Yeah, I don't have time for that shit anymore, Cass. Like... And I made a video, it's been a few weeks back now, called Why I Will Never Return to EverQuest. And I really don't know why it offended a certain group of people. Because it's really just me talking about how I don't miss any of those things. Like, I don't miss corpse runs, and like, I need a game that respects my time. And when you tell me that I'm gonna lose my shit and I'm gonna lose my XP, yeah, I'm immediately like, fuck no, I don't want to play that. We played it back then because we didn't know any better. And you know, they didn't have the programming capabilities to get all the cool things in that are now in games. Because I'm all about convenience as I've gotten older. It's like Maduros has had some. I've had some very good conversations. Oh my god. Maduros has had some very good things to say about games respecting your time. We've had some good conversations. Like when we were playing Wrath, we were talking about it a lot. Somewhere in here. Are there remains in here, or are they going to be outside? Maybe they're upstairs. What's up, Steven? Anybody I might have missed when you're talking, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with the chat as best I can. Oh, there's a hat or something. Is that a worm? Leave me alone, worm. Is there a sword in the corner? No. Running through the creepy forest. Bubba says you spoke against their favorite game. People are way too emotionally invested. I don't get it. I've played a lot of games over the years, but I've never been emotionally invested to the point where if someone criticizes my game, I react all like, "You just told my favorite child that he's ugly." It's like, come on now. Oh, it is. Yeah, this looks like the stream quality went down. If I need to, I'll try to switch over to the Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that, Bubbleonia. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, it's literally when it starts raining heavy like that.
You need something? See you around.
I may have to switch over to the other internet connection. It looks like it went back up. So as soon as I heard the rain start raining heavily, my cable connection went down, and it was down. It suddenly was down around 1,000 bit rate on the stream. So I switched over to the backup, which is it's a local fiber company, and most nights it's okay. We'll see. So far it looks to be going good. Stoneweaver says, last time I touched World of Warcraft was back in Cataclysm. Last time I played WoW. Is everyone looking forward to Dragon Dogma 2? You know, I'm intrigued by Dragon's Dogma 2. I wouldn't say that I'm looking forward to it. I am if I have nothing else to play, then I may consider playing that when it comes out. But we'll see. I'm not a huge fan of like that action combat. It's not my favorite. Alright. That screwed all my quests up. Alright, fingers crossed everybody that the backup connection stays good. But again, it's storming pretty heavy outside, so if I disappear, you'll know why. I might also need to reset the chat. Buried in the cold dirt, you find a brilliant metal shaft, but there are holes or pieces of the artifact are clearly missing. Looks like we're going into the catacombs. Also, I just dinged level 20. Wait, are we going in these catacombs, or we need to go... I totally think we have to go down in here. But before we do that, I need to spend some points. Alright, let's see what I want to take over here. Starfall? Oh, I definitely want Starfall. Hell yeah. Calls down waves of falling stars upon enemies within 40 yards, dealing astral damage over 8 seconds. And it can have multiple uses overlapping. Oh, hell yeah. I'm not going to get at this level there. I'm going to have to go get this first. Solar beam. That's like a silence. So I'm going to have to take rejuvenation here. Rebirth? Oh, that's a res. Hang on, where did it put that spell? Okay, it's not automatically giving me spells, is it? I'm gonna have to sort that out. And if that's gonna be... Hold that thought. Alright, LBA. No, that's not gonna work. LB. Okay. Is this one of those ones where you have to target it? No, we're good. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go check on Chris real quick because it's pouring down rain and I hear cats and everything else. So give me a second and I'll be back. I just got a full back scratch. Yeah, I did have to reset the chat, everybody. There's some chat in YouTube I've missed. I'm gonna go catch up on it real quick. I went in the kitchen and everybody's inside because it's pouring down rain. And I bent down to pet Pippin, and when I stood up, Frodo, if you bend over and Frodo's anywhere in the room, he will jump on your back because he wants to get on your shoulder and like he likes to get on your shoulder. The problem was it was as I was standing back up, and so he missed. Chris just put a bunch of alcohol on my back. He got all 4 of his claws on my back and went and slid down. I'm not feeling, my back's not very good right now. He got me like both shoulder blades in the middle of my back with all 4 of his paws and his claws. Bubbly says, I'm going to wait for the reviews and maybe watch a stream or 2 on Dragon's Dogma 2. That style of raid is a huge turnoff for me in fantasy. Exactly. The number one issue I had with Dragon's Dogma that I've seen so far is the whole Risen thing. Not Risen, Chosen. Risen's our name. What do they call it? The prophesied one, or whatever they're calling it in that game. Like, the idea of You being the prophesied one. Reptilian says Dragon's Dogma 2 is a day one buy for me for sure. I mean, the first one had. I've had people in my community who were like, you gotta try it, you gotta try it. And I did buy the first game. I got it on discount for the Xbox for like $5. And I was like, if I ever get a slow spot in my schedule, I will give it an honest shot. And I did do a first impressions video on it, and the first thing I noticed in the first impressions video was like, oh my god, the combat is really bad. Like, I don't like the combat. And like jumping on the backs of the mobs, and like I didn't like any of that. And then on top of that was just the whole chosen one prophecy thingy, and just the way the dialogue was, it didn't appeal to me. It just didn't hit me right away as like something that I was going to enjoy. That being said, I'm happy to give it, a legit shot if I have a chance. Heals a friendly target. I'm going to put that over there because that one I can use on the fly. This one I have to stand still for. But that one I can actually cast while I'm running. That's much more useful. Yeah, it's a little uncomfortable, Steven. Like, he didn't get deep in, but it was enough to, like, I was standing up and he just, like, it hit me in the back. He's really bad if you're eating food or if you're cooking or something. He'll launch himself, like, all the way across the kitchen to, like, jump on your shoulder and be like, what you eating? Can I have some? Chris and I both have legit, like, war wounds across our shoulders and, like, upper shoulders and shoulder blades just because for... a year and a half. He's a year and a half old now, and he's been doing that since he was like a 4-month-old kitten. And generally speaking, he doesn't hurt. Generally speaking, when he does it, he calculates it right, and he lands without really any damage. But every once in a while, like I'd say every 5th or 6th time he does it, it's when you're in the middle of moving and his calculations are off because you've moved. And that's really not on him. It's, that's why it's an accident. And it sucks when that happens. But it's like, we don't live in an area where we're constantly wearing sweaters. Because I've seen these people on TikTok. They're wearing sweaters and their cat's always jumping on. They're like, oh, he's such a precious baby. I'm like, yeah, try doing that when you live in like 95-degree heat when you're always wearing a thin-ass t-shirt. And tell me that that's cute. Because it ain't cute when you're bleeding, man. Oh, that takes you out of Boomkin form. Oh. That's something to consider. You attach the arc to the rod. The artifact is nearly complete. A large gap still sits at the center of the holy symbol's head. Once again, you feel it tug at your arm, urge you towards the hole in the wall and the winding tunnel ahead. Alright, so this redid my... Hang on. This put this in a different place. So we're going through here, it looks like. So let me just double check that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. not happy with that location. We're gonna change that around a little bit. And that's gonna be... Alright, there we go. I'm just checking placement on my hotkeys, everybody. The final priest approached the dark portal. What's up with the cheering? Okay. I was thinking maybe I turned a trigger on Twitch or something. It's like, what's going on? In the darkest depths of this earthen tunnel, you spy the faintest gleam. The last piece is found. The piece is fit, and the holy artifact is restored, gleaming with sacred light. This should let you defeat Morbinfell's dark magic. Further down the tunnel, away from the direction you came from, a heinous cackle rings out. It's the clattering laugh of a lich. Morbinfell is just ahead.
By the light of the moon.
Alright, that's ready for turn-ins. Look at all these dead bodies everywhere, man. Fans of Night Elf manliness. Because we're men in tights. Gloves or a ring? I'll take the ring. Is that really all the quests done here? There's definitely something up there to the north that I could go grab. The Weathered Grave. Let's go check it out. Have I tried ESO Online a few times? Yep. It's just, I I like Elder Scrolls, but I like Elder Scrolls as, you know, I like the single player Elder Scrolls. I kind of don't want to have to kill that dude. I don't have to. Welcome to the channel, Percy. Welcome to YouTube. Don't forget we are multi-streaming on Twitch, so you can follow along in both places when we're live. For the new folks, every morning at 5:30 a.m. and every evening at 8 p.m. Central is when I stream, although sometimes, like tonight, I stream early. It'll happen occasionally. Oh man, she's all the way back there. Well, I guess we're gonna run back to the flight point. Anyway, ESO online. Yeah, I've tried it multiple times, but I just like ESO as a. I'd say that ESO. Oh my goodness, I got hit by a whole bunch of stuff. ESO has one of the best. Hang on, give me a second here to not die. ESO has some of the best voice acting of any like MMO out there. I think they've done a great job, and it's a good game. But I don't know what it is about it. I can go in and play for about 6 weeks, and then I get tired of it. Like I've never been able to play it for more than about 6 weeks, and I've tried 4 times over the years on both PC and PS4. It's not a bad game. It's not for me. It's not something I want to play constantly. I don't know why that is. But I do love the Elder Scrolls games when I play them, but I play them, you know, very much in a block of time. Like Skyrim comes out, 2 months I've got Skyrim. Oblivion, 2-3 months for Oblivion. And then, you know, a year goes by, I'll go back and play it again. But I've never been compelled to play ESO continually. I wish I could put my finger on why that is, because it's not a bad game. It's got great voice acting, it's got great writing, graphics are good, gameplay is good. Just something about it doesn't keep me captivated for more than a few weeks.
King's honor, friend.
Morgan Latimer. Of course. His tale was a long and sorrowful one. I should have something here that could tell the tale better than my own recollections. If you would like to know more, you need to ask Althea. Okay.
Go with honor, friend.
Hey there.
Short version. A powerful undead calling himself the More Latim has been wandering Duskwood. From what we gathered, it appears to be the undead body of Morgan Lattimore, of whom you apparently know. You seem to be capable enough. Maybe you could lay him to rest.
Farewell. Safe
Oh, hell yeah.
travels.
So I guess we're going to be flying back to the... I vaguely remember doing this on in Wrath Classic.
Hello. Have a good one.
Punk rock for the win. hear Chris yelling. I think the cats are all being naughty because they're all cooped up inside because of the rain. All right. Alright, catch you later, Babylonia. I just saw your guild chat, if you're still listening. I did get a chance to type, farewell, see you later. Totally gonna have to deal with these ads, aren't I? Oh, you're still on the phone. Well, I know you had typed you were on your way out on the guild chat. I don't always pay attention to guild chat like I probably should. More Ladam's skull. Well, where was he? He's up here wandering. Go. Oh, gotcha. Awesome. Hey, man, new people are good, man. Speaking of new people, if you're watching tonight, it's one of your first times tuning in, you can come join us on the Moonguard server if you'd like. We're currently starting to get into the Dragonflight content. We're going to do our first ever raid next Saturday. It's the Vault of the Incarnate, I think is what it's called. It's the first raid at the end of the Dragonflight main storyline. We're just doing story mode, looking for raid mode, nothing hardcore, nothing sweaty. We're forming up, getting ready to prep for the World Soul Saga. Once we get into January, we're going to be starting to schedule a few more events. But Saturday nights are the story raid nights, and I'm doing heroic dungeons on Wednesday nights, and other people are doing stuff throughout the week on other nights. We got a pretty good active crowd. I think we have probably, there's probably, I don't know how many people we have that are active on a nightly basis. Now, I feel like there's usually 15, 20 people on most nights. Some nights I've seen 20 plus. We got a pretty good core. I mean, a lot of these are alts, but I mean, we've got, there's like 100 people in the guild, I think, at this point. Well, I appreciate that, Babylonia. I was busy. Didn't know anybody needed an invite. But if you want to join us, everybody, all you got to do is ping me directly on Discord, and I will get you an invite to the guild server of Discord, or we have a guild server set up, and there you can post an application, and then we can get you invited and go from there. Do, 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 do.
Need help?
No, I didn't have any
Careful.
problems. Totally took care of. Oh, there's one small matter.
Farewell.
What's that? Morgan may have believed that his family was all dead, but in fact his daughter is now a watcher. Speak with
See
her
you
in
around.
Darkshire. Give her some closure, I guess.
Well met.
If only I had talked to him before
Go
he
with honor,
converted.
friend.
Alright, take the ring.
Light bless you.
Oh, I gotta go all the way back to the grave where it all started.
What can I do for you? Be careful.
So there's still plenty of running back and forth, everybody, but it is much more efficient these days because they have flight paths and everything set up. Do 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 do. I wish my festive Christmas lights showed up better, but because of the green screen, they all have like muted colors. How dare you! Somebody downvoted my World of Warcraft video on single-player RPG. It's probably the butthurt EverQuest crowd. How dare you like World of Warcraft? That game is for losers. Kel. I was peak EQ guy, look where I am. You are an exception to the rules, sir. You are a special unicorn. Sarah's ring. This is Sarah? Could it be she's still alive? Erin, take my sword, Arceus. As my soul is put to rest, I have no more need for it. Oh, I just earned an achievement, too. I completed the Duskwood storylines in their entirety. Very cool. He says take my sword, but he didn't give me a sword. Not that I need a sword. I remember getting a sword from him in Classic. Like a two-handed, it was like a two-handed sword, I think. Kel says, oh, listen to Kel. He says he might start up streaming again when the War Within releases. Hey man, you've got like probably 8 months to prep. Get your streamer pants on. Well, how close are we down here to Stranglethorn? We might as well run down there. Because I gotta get to 30 is the objective. I gotta get to 30 before I can start the Cataclysm stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh, and you stunned me, you little bitches. You have to make a dungeon fighter only alt to level with my brother on stream. Could fill out 8 months. Yeah, you could. I mean, my thinking on it is, so one of the oh my god, these guys are annoying as fuck. Knocking me off my pony. Alright. Hang on. I had a stream of thought that I was going to do. I know that you're not doing content creation per se, Kel, but like streaming, you know, just streaming only is a little different. But like one of the things that's been a benefit to me is that being able to do, so like I don't have any of the, I've only unlocked the Void Elf, right? So I'm trying to do 1 episode a week of me unlocking a race. So that's 1 episode a week. That's 1 piece of content every single week. And there's like 2-3 months of me doing that. And then outside of that, I try to do this character 2 or 3, like a couple episodes a week. So like I'm streaming this right now. I'm at the hour-and-a-half mark right now, which means I now have 30-minute episodes. I have 3 30-minute episodes. So this stream will get cut into 3 different episodes. So the first 2 episodes have already aired. The 3rd episode is going to be airing in the next day or 2, and then I'll cut these 3 episodes for the following week. And then I'm also doing the tank, which I'm not really doing a ton of content around the tank just yet. I'm about to do a build guide around him, and then I will do like a talent spec thing, and then I'm doing hunter guides, then I'll start doing tank guides, and then streaming those content. What I was doing with Wrath Lich King, and I'm not doing with Dragonflight quite yet. I'm probably going to start doing it on Wednesday night because it's my specific heroic dungeon night. But back in Wrath Lich King, when we were doing Wrath Classic, what I would do is every time we would do a heroic dungeon together as a guild, I would record that as an episode and put it up on YouTube. And I'm going to do the same thing starting Wednesday night. So tomorrow night we're doing heroic dungeons. I'm going to record those. Those will go out as pieces of content. So in terms of streaming, I'm hitting 2 birds with 1 stone because, you know, it works. Bubbleoney says, I have lots of great EQ memories and met a lot of great people playing it. A handful became lifelong friends. It just has weak customization and stories compared to WoW, and I don't want to play an MMO that forces me to group to reach the cap. Most of the content is underused in live servers. 100% on all those points. I have several in real life friends who I met through EverQuest. I have great memories about it. But I think I realized around it was like towards the end of Jelinek, like I was starting to just really feel like I didn't really want to do Jelinek. Like I wasn't gung-ho to do Jelinek. I had missed the progression server before that. I just kind of did it because all my friends and everybody were like, hey, let's do Jelinek. And I went, hey, you know what? Let's go to Jelinek. And I did it for the people. I did it for the friends. But I haven't wanted to do, I think Eridune was the last time I had fun on an EverQuest progression server. And that was 4 years ago, maybe, something like that. And then the last EverQuest 2 we did, which was the most recent, we went back and did the mythic raid, the mythic content. What was it called? The Kunark expansion. That was the second time we had done that, and we just had a couple of bad apples in the mix that just kind of made me go meh. And then we had a good thing going with Wrath Classic until certain people decided that they were going to bail. And when they bailed, their community bailed with them. And when you lose half your guild in a single week, there's really no raid force left to, you know, continue doing the content of the cap. And that just kind of made me go, you know what? I'm done with this old school nostalgia crowd who can't, you know, I'm gonna make a critique right now. The old school nostalgia crowd tends to only play games for like 6 weeks, and then they bug out. Correct, Kel. You know exactly who I'm talking about, Kel, because you were there. My brother and I had a really heart-to-heart talk. He was like, I think I'm done playing World of Warcraft after that whole scenario because he was just so disheartened because he was the one, my brother was the one who wanted us to do it, and so I helped set it up, and we were doing it because my brother really wanted to play World of Warcraft, and people made promises and people said things and then they totally bailed because, oh, my community doesn't like me streaming World of Warcraft, so I'm just gonna have to stop doing it because they want me to only stream EverQuest. It's like, you know what, do what you got to do. But that left a very sour taste in my mouth about the way the nostalgia crowd plays.
Be careful.
And I just realized at the end of all of that, I was like, I don't want to be... Like, if you watch the Neckbeard crowd, the only thing they do is they just cycle through progression servers. That's all they do. They do the Vanguard emulator, they do progression server, EverQuest 2 progression server, EverQuest 1 progression server, EverQuest 2, EverQuest 1, EverQuest 2 emulator, EverQuest 2, P99, Quarm. They just cycle through and no one's ever playing modern games. And I look at what's being developed in the world that we live in, and there are thousands of great games that come out every single year. But if you have that nostalgia blinder on where you're only willing to ever play this game because corpse runs are the best, I just think that that's why. I mean, it's your personal choice, obviously, but I'm going to critique it from my perspective because I want to play new games. I want to play modern games. I got an Xbox Series X that's sitting here, and Game Pass gives me tons of great games to play. You know, Starfield was kind of, you know, swing and a miss. It wasn't a great game, but it was still a good game. I had a lot of fun. Cyberpunk 2077 and the Phantom Liberty was amazing. God of War Ragnarok was freaking amazing. Like, there are too many great games that are out there that should be played, but some people just won't do it because they're stuck in the past. And that's one of the things where it's like, I think more than anything else, I don't want to play old school MMOs anymore because there's too much of the not respecting my time. Like Bubbaloni said, they're forcing you to group content to reach the cap when most of the content is underused anyway. And the fact that the nostalgia people very rarely can handle making a commitment to something for more than 4 to 6 weeks. And Kel's been around long enough. He's done several of the progression servers with me over the years. Like, so is Maduros. Like, you go in, people are hardcore for 3 weeks. They start dropping off. By the end of 6 weeks, you've lost half the people that started. By the end of the second month, you've lost 75 to 80% of the people. And then you're left with, you know, if you started with 100, you're down to like 15, 20. You know, and this time around, it was like I wanted to make sure, and Bubbaloni and I had a lot of talks about this. Like, what we're forming up here for World of Warcraft is a retail experience that's meant to last. Like, this is the World Soul Saga. That's what this guild was formed around, was to do the entirety of the World Soul Saga. So it's all about, we are marching down that road and putting in a 3-year time commitment. And it's a little different. Steven says, I'm really excited for the long-term growth of World of Warcraft with Risen already having a great time. That's good to hear, Steven. I'm glad you're having a great time. Kel says it's going to be a good thing, has good roots, good intentions, think it'll be around for a good time. I hope so, and I'm also hoping that it grows beyond just World of Warcraft, because there are things coming, like, I'd like to have a good time in Dune Awakening, and if that turns into something that's going to be fun to play, and we don't know what's going to be down the pipeline beyond, the next 3 years. But when it says, I have observed that some, not all, classic MMO Andes and I just don't vibe on a personal level for various reasons. There's also that, too. But I'm glad to be playing retail, and I am looking forward to continuing my journey. And I have so much content to do beyond just this character, because I've got 4 different expansions I have to play through from a storyline perspective with the time walking stuff. So that's 4 different characters I can do campaigns through. That's like a whole year of content just there, just playing like 2 or 3 times a week. Then I've got unlocking all the races, that's content. Then there's finishing up Dragonflight and all the dungeons, that's content. Raids, that's content. Pets, getting all my pets for my hunter, getting transmog stuff, that's all content. Guides to do all that stuff. And then we get into the War Within and being current and actually playing that in the current state. It's going to be fun. Bubble has another good point. Most people who play it just want to do the classic thinking speed level to cap. Correct. We even saw that, we've seen that even you know, even in retail, you see people who get super psyched and go really hard for like 2 weeks and then they drop off and maybe they come back 3 months later and they play again for a few weeks. Some people are like that. I am not. I like to do. I mean, I think all you have to do is look at like Lord of the Rings Online, Star Wars Republic. If I like a game and commit to it, I'm gonna play it for years and years. All right, I'm gonna leave. This is where we're gonna leave off with the druid, but I'm gonna go play another character now because we're still early in the night. We'll get a lot ahead of us, but I do need to timestamp this. So if we're doing this, since we're streaming, this gets cut out as an episode. So for those of you who are watching this in episodic format, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Check the playlist below for more episodes in this druid's adventures as I play this character. Um, and yeah, we're multi-streaming every single day, 5:30 a.m., 8 p.m. Central Time, Twitch, YouTube, sometimes a little earlier like tonight, and doing lots of other stuff as well. Rogue Trader launches on Thursday, so that's going to be a big thing. We are 1 hour 42 minutes in. Kel says, I look at it with a grain of salt because I was a Chronicles of Lyria Porpoise. I only lost 3K to Caspian. The only games I believe may actually release are Star Citizen Ashes Creation, although AOC I keep a hard eye on. It's a fair point. Bulbane says, I understand speeding to the cap for the most part in retail, but in a locked at 25 PvP seasonal mode? Why? Correct. Why? Did I ding 20? I did. You know what? I need to find a tavern, and there's no tavern here, so let me grab all these quests.
Greetings for the Alliance.
And then we're going to go
Hello. See you later.
recall so that we get rest XP. Did I never reset my bind, so I'm back in Stormend? Jesus. Well, I'll go camp out at the Griffins so that when next time I play, I can fly right down there. Yeah, I had no desire to do the season of discovery thing. I was just like, nah. I'm having way too much fun with this. Like, I'm no lie, guys. Like, even though I don't stream all the time, I've been playing like 6 hours a day of Warcraft. Like, I've been playing like 3 hours a day offline. I just sit there and I've just been leveling up my warrior. Like, and I'm genuinely having a really good time in this game. And I gotta say, a lot of it is because I can play it on the controller. This is not a, I know that that's not everybody's cup of tea, but this has made it to where I can literally, I go offline. So when I'm offline, no one sees me, right? So I'm literally just like kicked back here. I got my feet up on the bed. And I'm just like, and the next thing I know, 3 hours have gone by. I don't talk to anybody. I just grind the quests. I'm just leveling. I'm getting transmog shit. Speaking of transmog, I should go transmog this guy before I log out. Before I forget.
Punches, lucky doos and rope. May your feet find good trails.
Classic Plus will only happen if SCD is successful within 2 WoW timelines. But Blaine says, I was mildly nostalgic for my first character ever and tried to recreate that experience. After seeing him ever go hard for the campus, he says to play a version of him in retail for when I'm tied up at home and need a fishing mining simulator. Oh, we're back to the tank, who just looks really, really good. I love my transmog outfit, man. That belt pouch, I freaking love. Pretty happy with the arms spec. So someone told me today that you can skip. Has anybody here played a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5? Because someone was telling me that you could skip some of the driving portions. And that was one of the things that turned me off of that game, was I suck at driving, but I love Rockstar's games, but that game, like, the driving really took me out of it. And after watching the GTA 6 announcement today, I'm like sitting here going, GTA 5 is on Game Pass right now. I did a first impressions of it a few months back, and I'm wondering if I should legit go like play through the story of that whole game if I can skip the driving portions. Kel says Dragonflight Emerald Dream has rekindled my love for WoW retail, and I'm hooked on medicine. Medicine was the reason I got it. Like the only reason I even tuned in to BlizzCon was because I knew Chris Metzen was back, and I saw Asmongold streaming him being on stage, and I went and watched Asmongold stream, and I went, "What? You're announcing what?" And then I started doing all the research. It was like, oh, now I'm actually interested in playing an MMO again, and this looks amazing. I did love Red Dead Redemption 2. I hopefully they'll do another Red Dead game, because that was freaking awesome. All right. As long as you keep the stream open, you're good. I never set my audio, so my microphone probably has been sounding all wonky the whole time. I'm a brain fart sometime, guys. That sucks. Oh well. Well, I just put my preset on for my filters, so. Oops! You know, next week is the official first raid, but I'm wondering if there's enough people around Saturday night, we might go try some looking for raid. We might try some LFR, just see what we see. I don't know. Might have to see who's on Saturday night. Ouch. I'll be right back, everybody. I need to go see if I can't find a snack in the kitchen. I'm gonna actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make my bowl of oatmeal before I forget, because it is like 7:30. So I'm gonna make my oatmeal, and then I'll be back. We're gonna work on the tank some more. Which version did you watch, Babylonia? The most recent one with Skarsgård? It was not very good. I didn't like it. Chris and I watched it. It was not very good. However, I absolutely love the 90s version with Lieutenant Dan, Gary Sinise. I love the 90s version of The Stand. That's a good miniseries. But the most recent one they did was not very good. But I did watch it at least. I've been thinking to review it for the channel. I want to watch Storm of the Century again. I haven't seen that in about a decade. I freaking love that movie. Storm of the Century miniseries. Sorry, it's a great miniseries. What? You watched the Gary Sinise version, and you were fishing. Well, to be fair, it is a long show. I like that one though. That's my favorite version. I don't like all of Stephen King's stuff, but I do. Some of it's really, really good. Welcome to YouTube, Rendiki. Thanks for following along. Yeah. Trash Can Man. Trash Can Man. I love the 90s version, man. M-O-O-O spells moon. Oh, gotcha. And the chick who played the oh, I can't remember. She played the girl who like seduced the musician guy. I can't remember her name, but I remember watching her at the time, because then I went and some timeline I went and watched Quigley Down Under with Tom Selleck, and she played the female lead in that film as well. I can't remember her name. She was also in Just Shoot Me, I think, the show. I think she was a regular cast member. I can't remember that actress's name. Oh man, now you got me thinking. What was that science fiction movie that Gary Sinise did with where it's all about the duplicates, the clones? Oh, Gary Sinise sci-fi movie about Imposter. That's the film I'm thinking of. Yeah, Madeline Stowe, Vincent D'Onofrio, Gary Sinise. That's a good film, Imposter. I need to put that on a list for Chris and I to watch. I don't think it's clones, actually. I think it's aliens. I can't remember if it's clones or aliens. It's one or the other. Yeah, it's an aliens. Aliens. From Alpha Centauri! I'm never going to hear Alpha Centauri without hearing Co Carnage's voice yelling it out from Cyberpunk. Yeah, Philip K. It's another Philip K. Dick rendition. A lot of good films. Blade Runner, Screamers, Minority Report, Scanner Darkly. Ooh, a Scanner Darkly is another one I haven't seen in a long time. The Adjustment Bureau. Have I not seen that one? Man in the High Castle was very, very good for a miniseries. Surely I've seen The Adjustment Bureau. It's Matt Damon, Emily Blunt. I have no recollection of seeing that film. I remember Scanner Darkly was something we watched a lot of because we were all just high on smoking weed and watching that film. It's like, man, this rotoscope is so cool. Yeah, I don't have any recollection of the Adjustment Bureau. That's going on my list too. I know we've got the director's cut of Kingdom of Heaven that we're going to watch. I thought we were going to do it today, but that got away from us because Chris had to run errands today. All right, I got to take my plate to the kitchen. I'll be right back. There's nothing wrong with a good sci-fi movie binge, Atara. I've seen the new Dune movie 3 times now. It's really good. Like, it's a very good adaptation. It really is. The music is on point. I can't wait for the second part. I think it's what, March or April. The Last Starfighter, man. Yeah, that is an 80s movie. Like, that's definitely an 80s movie. I need to check one thing. Yeah, I can't find that here. You know, I was thinking of an 80s film that I haven't seen since I was a kid was Flight of the Navigator. I remember loving that film when I was a kid. I watched a trailer of it recently and was like, I have a feeling it's going to be like the Ewok movies, which I really loved when I was a kid. I tried to go back and watch it as an adult and just kind of cringed and went, yeah, I didn't know any better back then. Alright, we are ready to mosey on back. Where's the flight?
You mind your business, and I'll mind mine.
Oh, I'm not too far away.
Even rotten crops regrow.
Max headroom.
Greetings, Outlander.
Alright, it's not gonna have an easy path.
Keep your sails true. The Coven will pay for their
Gotta take some
atrocities.
Yetis out and
Glory to House Waycrest.
recover supplies.
Fair Bella, I'll need you to follow this one and carry the supplies they find, okay?
This is where I got Snow Tip for my the White Falcon that I'm using with my hunter. As soon as I found it, I was like, oh my god! Must switch secondary pet. I like how the supplies literally get loaded up on Bella. So she's empty, but then you get the first supplies and suddenly she has cargo. That's so cool. I gonna have to deal with you guys? Looks like it.
It's too far away.
If bones could talk. Collect a pristine rune etched bone from an awakened dead. Oh, now the barrel's on her back. Sorry, Mr. Falcon, you got caught in the crossfire. Is the bucket gonna go on too? It totally just got hooked on the side. I never saw this. When I did this quest the first time around, I never noticed that that Bella was getting loaded up as we went along. So that's a really cool little detail. Still need pristine bones. Let's just gather up a few of these. Finally, the chests, which gets added to the back. Very cool. Welcome to the channel, Bruno. ¿Qué onda?
What is your business with House Waycrest?
I've got these two quests, but I gotta finish the
A steady
bones
tiller
one
prevails.
still.
The Coven will pay for their atrocities. Yeah! Ride to Aram's stand, Bella.
Oh, I get to take care of
Glory
Frostbane.
to House Waycrest. Drustvar stands firm.
Okay.
Fair winds and following seas. A steady tiller prevails.
Well, before I find
I
the
can't
secret
believe
passage,
we're here.
I want to find
My father
some.
used to tell me stories about this place. It contains an ancient...
Here, guys. Now, somebody told me the other day that there are runes, there should be some symbols around here which give you a clue. So that one's probably the second one. I have no idea where the first one might be. Oh, hang on, there's something here. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, hang on, they're right here. So, that one is second. That one is third. That one's fourth. So this must be the first. Second. Third. Fourth. Nice. Ooh. It's a toy. I can have a book following me around? Hold up. Oh no, it says it places the user under the curse. I don't know what the curse does. It made it dark? It made my character dark or something? Oh, and I guess I got floaties. Okay. Not a big fan. Alright, I still need... Okay, I can take the bone back now. Pull the torch.
How can I help? Keep your sails true. Glory to House Waycrest. That's it. The way is opening.
Oh, hang on. I need to talk to her first. Yeah, it looked
Hail,
really
traveler.
weird. I'm not sure what's up with that. I'm not a big fan
The
of that
Coven
look.
will pay for their atrocities. Long ago, when Kultiras was first settled, our people encountered a savage
my secondary
group of
connection's also being
warmongering
crappy right now. I'm
barbarians.
watching it.
They called themselves the Drust.
My bit rate just went
Drustvar was
all
their
the way down to the
ancestral
bottom.
home. It was from here that they
If I
launched
disappear, you'll know
endless
why.
raids into our fledgling
Storms.
hamlets. This carried on for countless years until the ancestors of House Waycrest decided that something had to be done. Wait, what was that?
Definitely getting some latency too.
Look out! I'm sorry, Mainlander. The Coven's magic must be disturbing the spirits of the ancient Drust. We'll have to be careful.
Yeah, I live in the boonies, so I'm kind of dependent.
My ancestors fought against stone constructs, much like
When we get
these
heavy
in their
heavy
war
rains
against
and
the
stuff, all the cables and
The
everything around here
Waycrests
are
have
like
always been hardy
in the
folk,
weather
but the
and
Drust's
water
magic
and
was strong.
yeah,
We were
it is what
losing
it
the
is.
war. In the end, it was our scholars that turned the tide.
But I would say, you know, I'm up 90, I would say 95 to 98% of the time. It works well enough for me to make a
Wait,
living at, so I can't
look
really
out!
complain. The other times are just me being a whiny little bitch because it's like, oh, first world problems, my internet's not being very good. Then I remember back when I was 10 years old and the internet was like a novelty, and
Thank you, Mainlander. I thought that one had me for a moment. As I was saying, the tide of the war shifted when our scholars began to uncover weaknesses in the Drust's magic. They compiled what they learned into a treatise on weapons and tactics that could be used to defeat the barbarians. Armed with this knowledge, our men started driving the Drust back into their mountain holds. They kept that knowledge hidden here, safe from unwanted hands.
oh, I've played the Warrior before, Troy. I played it all throughout Wrath Lich King. Well, actually, no, I did the original Classic. When Classic launched, I did Protection Warrior. And then
It looks
Wrath,
like
I played
some rubble
a
blocks
Death
our
Knight.
path ahead. Can you
So
clear the
I've
way?
played a Warrior before, and I've been a Guardian Warrior in like every. I've been the raid tank in like every game I've ever played for 20 plus years. So it's not unfamiliar, but I am doing arms spec right now, which is different. Oh yeah, I love my
behind you.
cosmetics are very good. I spent some time on my transmog. Wait till mom's off the phone to read a website. That's totally true. Or like somebody calls in the middle of you're playing something and like somebody calls and it like interrupts the modem. I remember having 2 phone connections back in the day, so that I could have one was just for the modem and the other one was so if people needed to call me, they could call the other line. When I was raiding in EverQuest 2,
That big before. Are you all right?
there was like a 2 year period where I lived way
What
up in
am
the
I
mountains
saying?
in Colorado, and there
Of
was
course you're all
no
right.
broadband up
I
there.
can see
So
it'll
I had
take more
2
than a
lines
few
installed.
stones to
One was the
bring you
modem,
down.
and the other one was the telephone line.
Come along. The book should be in here. Here it is. The last resting place of the Order of Embers. Are you ready to revive ancient history? Fair winds and following seas. If you are prepared to follow the path of the Order, take up the book. What is the knowledge within will grant you, as well as our forces, the edge needed to destroy the foul coven that plagues our land. Keep your sails true.
So I did, on my other character when I was leveling up my hunter, I did the Order of Embers quest series in Drustvar, and that was one of the coolest quest series I've done in the game so far. Like going around and actually joining the members of the Embers as they're going around and like doing these side quests and taking out the Coven and everything else. Really, really well done.
Thus is reborn the Order of Embers. Now then, I believe we have...
I probably have some points I need to spend.
I'll meet you at Aram's stand.
Lady Terra says we're in between cities, so we have point-to-point broadband just enough to play MMOs. See, I'm very surprised. When we moved out here, they told us that they had a better connection that actually exists here. They basically lied to my wife, and we got out here and got it installed. And I'll never forget, because the poor guy who did the installation, we had been, you know, writing everything down, had all the contracts and everything else. And when I did my very first speed test, it was not what was written down on the contract. And it was like a 3-month back and forth, and Chris just like hounding their corporate offices to the point where they finally like put the screws into the manager here at the local office, who had told us one thing and then didn't give it to us. Because one of the things they immediately started doing was, I think I started when I first moved here. I think I got like 3 weeks into streaming, and they started cutting my connection, like just throttling my connection after 6 o'clock at night, like between, just like after 6, from like 6 to midnight, they would throttle my connection every night. And it's like, you told me it was an unlimited connection. This. You told me these velocities, you know, these speeds. I'm not getting those speeds anywhere close to those. You're throttling me. And so Chris was calling corporate, like, I've got a contract here and everything. And they finally put the screws to the guy, and he lifted the throttle and gave us the speeds that were promised. And, you know, but for where we live, I'm very surprised. So I have it's like a 280 down, like on a good day. Most days it's like 250, 280 down, and 16 up. And that's cable, so it's not the best, but it works completely for streaming and my general day-to-day stuff. Then the phone company here has a fiber optic line 2 streets down from where we live, but they won't run it up to where we live. It's 2 streets, like literally it's 2 streets down. You can go to their map on their website and everything, and it's like 2 streets down from where we live. And I offered to pay. I was like, I'll pay, you know, $2,000-$3,000, whatever you want me to pay, for you to run a box up to the telephone pole outside my house, and then you can sell it to everybody around us. But I'll pay for the install. And they were like, oh no, there's not enough, and you know, there's not enough. We're gonna wait. We can't do that. We have to wait till we expand. So I was like, fine, whatever. But they have you can get 100 up, 100 down fiber, which is, I had a 200 up, 200 down fiber in the city, so that would be fine. Well, then a local company started. He has the fiber optic downtown. And he started his own company, and he's literally, and I'm sure he may get in trouble for this eventually, but he is subletting his internet connection to people in town. And they started running fiber lines a few months ago. They've been spending the whole summer, this last summer, they spent running fiber lines, and they installed a fiber box on the telephone pole outside of my house. And I was like, hey, what do you got? And they're like, the best we got is a 15 up and a 15 down. And I was like, I don't care. I'll take it, because it's a backup emergency connection. And most of the time it works okay, but I'm watching it fluctuate tonight. And that's because probably everybody who has it is probably on it right now because of the storms, and the other connection went out. So a lot of people probably like me and have 2 who do work for a living, so we'll see how it holds up. Right. Get you on a closer tower. Well, my brother's was on wireless for a long time to town, because they live in the boonies. And he finally got Starlink. About 6-8 months ago, he got Starlink. It's been pretty good. There are a couple of times a week when it'll get saturated and it won't be that great at night, but for the most part, he gets pretty good. Like 50 down, 15 up, you know. for them, it's more than enough, and his wife works from home, so she gets to do all her video calls and everything she needs to do. It's more than enough. Alright, I need to pay attention to what I need to buy here. Okay. There's really nothing I want from these lines. What's up, Dreamwilder? I don't really want Thunderclap. It's not, Let's just do this. That should be fine. Oh! That's my internet being crappy tonight, everybody. I got disconnected. That's called storms. Alright, we'll see how it goes from here. How do I get out of here? Maybe I should just follow the torches. Alright, to continue the campaign, meet with Lucille. This is where we're going, track. Your dad and bro live close to each other in the middle of nowhere, says Lady Tara. Keep dropping hints. They probably like having Starlink. Starlink is for people who don't have any other options. It's really good, because like where my brother lives, there's nothing. They're 30 minutes outside of town. He inquired about getting fiber out, and the company told him it would cost $20,000 for him to, and he would have to foot the bill. It's gonna be 20 grand to run fiber to his house from the county road. Understand, Marshall. Which, you know, they're like 2 miles back or whatever. He's like, it's $10,000 a mile to run the fiber line. He's like, I'm not spending 20 grand to get internet to my house. So his only option was he had a wireless tower that he could ping off of, which was linked to town, and so he literally built himself a solar-powered receiver to ping off of the wireless tower, and then that pinged to his house, and he ran off of that for like 4 years, and he had like a 10 up, just depending on the day, like a 5 to 10 up and a 5 to 10 down. It was not a great connection, but it was enough to like have internet. And then when Starlink became available, he was like, I'm getting Starlink because his wife needs it for work. And that was kind of a life changer for them, because suddenly they went from that to having like a 50 down and a 10 to 15 up, which suddenly now we're doing video calls and we're able to do all this other stuff. So Starlink can be a life changer if you live in an area where there's no other options. I was debating getting it here where we live, because I was having a lot of issues with this main connection, but they seem to have sorted them out, and then I got the secondary connection as a backup, and that's been reasonably stable, so we're doing okay for now, which is all I can ask for. Ladies, I says, y'all playing WoW these past few weeks makes me super nostalgic. Was in a raid guild for a few years, an age and a half ago. Right. Yeah, you have hotspots. That was the other thing, is occasionally, I remember when we went out there, this was before they had Starlink. So Chris and we were out there for the whole month of December in 2019, so like 4 years ago for Christmas. And that was, before they had Starlink and everything. And I was still working full-time as the head of the game studio then. And that was a nightmare month for me, because the internet went out because of the snowstorm. It was, that was when he was still using the solar-powered connection. And during the winter, it's, there's a day or two a week where you just don't have internet because of snowstorms and blizzards, and the solar panels aren't able to charge, or there's too much snow. And I was just having meltdowns because you couldn't even I couldn't get Verizon coverage because my phone was on a different network. So they had Verizon coverage, but I couldn't get Verizon coverage. Then we were trying to do hotspots, so that I could even just get some work done. So I'm like sucking up all their mobile data trying to do work. It was not a good month for work-wise. So you can see the ping right now. I'm getting 663 world ping. And it won't even open up to talk to her, so I'm willing to bet that my game's going to crash again. I'm going to get cut off. Welcome to the Twitch channel, Mama Bird. I can't even talk to her. Let's see if I can I may get DC'd again. Which if I do, I apologize everybody, but it's out of my control tonight because we're getting guild chats coming through, but I can't seem to do anything with this person. We'll see what happens. Is that like an octopus? I'm looking at what Mama Bird put in the Twitch chat.
How can I help?
Lady Tara's like, we tax the internet so hard we're missing it. Oh yeah, same thing. For sure.
Now, it says here that the Order used special weapons against the Trust to counter their dark magic. If my theory is correct, then whatever they used could also disrupt the Coven's magic. Let me see if there is something here we can try. Drustvar stands firm.
Oh, this is where we're gonna light the candles. I remember doing this because I actually made a YouTube short about this when I did this last time.
Much better.
missing one?
Could you do me a favor and jot this down? My notebook is here somewhere. Okay. Rowan wood. No, that doesn't grow around here. Alchemical fire. Oh, if only Master Ashton were here. He would have a field day. I need you to find my sewing kit. It should be somewhere in my bag over there. The tome mentions that the Inquisitors of old would use weapons of silver to disrupt the magic of the Drust. If the Coven wields similar magic, they may be vulnerable to silver as well. Hail, traveler. Keep your sails clean. The Coven will pay for their atrocities.
Use her sewing needle on 10 refugees to reveal the hidden
A
witches.
steady tiller prevails. Marshal, we may have found weapons to use against the Coven. We will need able-bodied soldiers to wield them.
We have many capable troops stationed here, milady. They'll make fine recruits for your Order of Embers.
What's up, Babylonia? Logain!
I am sworn to protect.
Alright, let's go ahead and prick you with the needle. Oh, you're definitely an evil bad witch.
Outsider!
We shall drive back the darkness. So, Marshal Reed believes that you are the key to driving back the Coven.
Pokey pokey!
Hey, watch where you...
I have my doubts, but I will carry
Pokey
out my
pokey.
orders.
Hey!
I will join the others in a...
Clumsy oaf. Clumsy oaf.
State
Pokey
your
pokey.
business.
You will fall before
Pokey
the
pokey.
Drustar is ours! Outsider! Drustar is ours! Outsider!
I can't attack that target.
Hidden dealings. What's this? Explore the location marked on the map.
Keep your distance, Mainlander.
Pokey pokey!
Hey, watch where you're pointing that thing. Clumsy oaf.
Lovely day for some witch hunting, isn't it? New
Every
orders,
day
then.
is a lovely day for witch hunting.
Come,
Alright,
Winston.
is there like
Looks
a
like we
cellar?
have witches to fight.
What's up, Aaron Shockey? Good evening as well.
Don't get many travelers here.
What's going on down
May
here?
blight fall upon them.
So, you found us out. You must think yourself so clever.
Most days, yes, I do.
No matter. Soon your discovery will die. Attack my pets! You're strong, but I was promised greatness.
You should always read the fine print. Promises don't always work out the way you think.
Enough sitting around. So, you're the one behind this Order of Embers I've been hearing about.
I can't use that item yet.
What in blazes?
Ow!
Ugh, bloody mainlanders.
You have my blade, Mainlander.
Ouch! What in blazes was that for?
Huh?
Ugh, bloody mainlanders.
This voice actor actually, who does the voices.
It's about time.
We just watched a movie with him last night. Not last night, the other night. We watched The Creator. He's in The Creator as the bespectacled general. He has a very distinct, deep, gravelly voice. He did great in Diablo 4.
Foul waters lie ahead, so the rumors are true.
Yes, the rumors are true. The Order was reformed. Oops, somebody else just got 70. It's always a good thing when people in the guild get to level 70.
Greetings, Outlander.
More people getting close.
Glory to House Waycrest.
Doing our first raid next Saturday night. We may do an unofficial one this upcoming Saturday night. Depends on who's online. We're gonna wait and see.
The battle awaits.
Drustvar stands firm.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get a new BP. Oh no, No, I'm gonna take the helm. It's gonna be. Yeah, it's time to.
Fair winds. There were words of induction somewhere in the tome. Let me see. Ah, here we are. Brothers and sisters, today you become the
Here we go. We're
searing
gonna present
fire
regalia
that
to
burns
all these
away the
guys. Here's your
darkness.
hat and boots.
Today, you become the shining blade that cuts through the wicked. Today, you become the beacon of hope against the endless foe. By the authority of House
So later on, you
Waycrest,
get to help these
I
guys
name
do
you
quests, and the
Inquisitors
quest chains
of
in
the
Drustvar
Order
are
of
legit a
Embers.
whole lot of fun. That was my favorite part of Drustvar, was doing those quests with these guys, with the Order of Embers.
Now, before we depart, I'll need someone to undertake a special task for the Order. Any
Marshall
recommendations,
Everett sounds like
Marshall?
Terran Logain.
Captain
Are you
Cleardo,
asking about the creator
excuse
film,
me,
Babylonia?
Inquisitor
I've got a review
Cleardo
coming.
is as reliable as they come.
I'll probably
Sure
record
she
that
can
tomorrow.
handle anything
I
you
gotta do
need
Fat
of.
Man too.
Thank you, sir.
Fat Man was
What do
awesome,
you
by the way,
require
with
of me,
Walton
milady?
Goggins and Mel
If we
Gibson.
wish to defeat the
It's a
Coven for
great
good,
movie.
we will
Total
need
dark
more
comedy
than
Christmas
silver.
film.
We will need fire. Take this
But,
recipe for alchemical fire
creator
to
was-
Master Ashton in Falconhurst.
It's definitely
He
a
will know what to
crowning
make of it.
achievement for ILM
Yes,
because the
ma'am.
visual effects were absolutely stunning. The story was honestly,
The rest of
I've
us
seen
will
it
need
done
to
a million
prepare for
times
the ride to
before.
Corlane.
But from
Marshall,
a
I
filmmaking
understand you have a
standpoint,
plan of attack.
it's there's a lot of technical
Ride out
achievements
on
in
the
that film that are
mainlander's
worth
command.
celebrating, even if the story's a little weak in places.
How can I help? The Coven will pay for their atrocities.
I'm gonna have to immediately go find a transmog place to get rid of that nasty looking helmet. How does WoW compare to Lord of the Rings Online these days? Asks Aaron. Which would you say is better? Ooh. You know what? This is a great conversation to have right now. We're gonna spin this out into its own episode here. So we are 2 hours and 50 minutes in. Lotro versus WoW conversation. This will come out as a YouTube episode. So, Aaron Shockey asks, how does World of Warcraft compare to Lord of the Rings Online these days? Which would you say is better ran? So let's talk for a few minutes, and hope the internet doesn't die as I'm watching it tank because I'm having issues because it's storming here. They're two very different games. So the reality of Lord of the Rings Online is that it's a very old game, and they haven't spent the money to optimize it like World of Warcraft has. So it's never been updated graphically, engine-wise. So they're very much still stuck in 2007 with the way their game plays and runs. So if you can get past the fact that Lord of the Rings Online is an old game and runs like an old game, then you can have great enjoyment in Lord of the Rings Online, because it is an extremely faithful adaptation of Middle-earth from the book versions. And it's incredibly fun, and it's a deep, 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 deep game. I still tell people to this day that Lord of the Rings Online is my favorite MMORPG of all time. That being said, it doesn't play like an MMO anymore. It plays like a single-player game, which is great. Most games play like that these days. But it does lack a lot of the modern features that World of Warcraft has. There's no matchmaking system, as an example. There's no level scaling or any of that stuff. It's very much old school in that regards. So, you know, it's lacking quality of life features that make World of Warcraft a more modern game. But that doesn't mean Lord of the Rings Online isn't worth it. It's very much a fun game, but it's super deep in terms of lore, and you have to be able to read walls of text because the quests are huge and epic and long, and it's tens and hundreds of thousands of words of text for you to read through, but it's very well done in the spirit of Tolkien's books. And I highly recommend Lord of the Rings Online to anybody that wants to play it. And I'm not going to cut this out because the quality is going to be shit visually. Anyway, I'm watching my bitrate drop down to like 500, which is not good. World of Warcraft is a much more modern experience. It has matchmaking and flying mounts and level scaling and activities out the wazoo for every type of player, and they've modernized their game, and they've modernized the look, and they've modernized the feel, and they've upgraded their engine, and they've upgraded everything over the years. And from a technical standpoint, World of Warcraft is a much better game. From a cinematic storytelling experience, World of Warcraft is a much better game. Maduro says, don't forget you can also buy the newest WoW expansion and have access to all the game, unlike Lord of the Rings Online. This is also true. Lord of the Rings Online has done a good job of slowly adding more content to packages. As an example, for their 15th anniversary last year, they finally got rid of the paywall for a lot of different features and things. And now the game, the free-to-play version of Lord of the Rings Online, is free-to-play up to Helm's Deep and level 90, which is, it's like 6 expansions worth of content that you can play for free. But it doesn't include all of the side quests because they have the zones are packaged. So what they do is you get access to all the main quests, but if you want to do side quests, you have to buy them as quest packages. And there's a lot of things that they nickel and dime you for because they have a free-to-play version of the game. But if you love the game, I always just play VIP when I play Lord of the Rings Online because you get everything that way. And if you have a VIP subscription, you don't have to purchase any of the expansions because if you have VIP, you get access to pretty much everything, with the exception of some of the zone quests. So it just depends. They did do a deal back in the day called a quad pack where they sold you everything up to the Riders of Rohan expansion, and it was everything up to that expansion included. But since then, they've done, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, Maduros, I think they have done a more recent pack that includes a bunch of stuff in it. But it's still not like World of Warcraft where you can buy the most recent expansion and get everything up to that included. It's still very much we're going to give you a large portion of content, but we're not going to give it all to you. Matter of fact, I'm going to go look it up right now because it's going to drive me nuts. Lotro expansion store. Because I know they were offering a pack a while back, which had a whole bunch of stuff included in it, and I don't remember what it was called. But it's not like for example, the Corsairs of Umbar just launched. Like, that's the most recent expansion. If you buy the Corsairs of Umbar, you don't get anything before that. It's just that expansion. You don't get that expansion plus all the other content. It's just that expansion. So you have to have purchased everything else up to that point. Whereas World of Warcraft, you buy the most recent expansion and boom. Maduro says some of my favorite quests of any time are in Lord of the Rings Online, like the quest for Aragorn to rebuild the sword, which is an awesome level 40 quest, where you go to Ananuminus, and that's a cool quest line to rebuild the sword. That's a really cool quest line. But also, like Maduro said, the only complaint with Lotra is that their monetization, because it is a free-to-play game, they do monetize it very weirdly. Some players will complain that it's nickel and diming, but I always say, hey, if you love Lord of the Rings Online, you should be willing to support no matter what the monetization method is. The Dunedain quest lines in that whole series in between Riders of Rohan and Isengard, where you're just working with the Dunedain in the forest, and you're taking out Saruman's forces and orcs and everything else. That is a great storyline. I had the most fun in Rohan, working with Éomer and Éowyn, and watching the Ents come, and getting to meet Theoden. I think Riders of Rohan has probably been my favorite time in Lord of the Rings Online. So I would say if you love Middle Earth and you love the books, Lord of the Rings Online is still a very good game. It's absolutely worth playing, even in 2023. But you do have to face the fact that it's a, it's a 15-year-old game, and unlike World of Warcraft, it has not modernized over the years. So it looks and feels its age. And also, Standing Stone Games, for all the good they've done, they've not done a good job with their server when they moved their server farm a few years back, they have some serious optimization issues. So there's constant hitching in the game, and there's some performance stuff that can drive some people batty, but it's still worth playing, I think, if you love Middle Earth and you love good fun. I could swear supporter packs. I'm looking at the Lotro store right now because I could swear they had something. Oh yeah, and it has housing. He's not wrong. I just did a tour of the River Hobbit housing about a month ago with Listelia. She brought me into her house and showed me the River Hobbit housing, which is the most recent. There are definitely. I'm trying to find it. They have previous expansions listed here on their store, and I could swear they had one here. I'm not finding it now. Because I remember like last year or something, they had like an all-in-one package. But I'm not seeing them anymore now, so I don't know if they still have it or not. So yeah, that's the thing with Lord of the Rings Online, is you do have to get the individual expansion packs. But the cool thing about it is it's free to play up to Helm's Deep and level 90. So, I mean, that's honestly, if you're playing every single day, that's probably 6 months worth of content just right there. Yeah. Anyway, that's the answer. But to maybe answer your question even fuller, because I don't think I gave you an exact answer. How does it compare? Would you say it's better ran? I would say, World of Warcraft is much more of a streamlined, modern game that has all sorts of different activities, and the matchmaking, the scaling, the raids, the storylines, the graphics, and everything else. Lord of the Rings Online is stuck. Like, it feels like an old game, whereas World of Warcraft feels like it just came out yesterday with the way the graphics are and everything else. So, those are some caveats to both. And yeah, housing, because Lord of the Rings Online has housing, which is awesome. The housing is great. And there's like basic housing and premium housing, and it's pretty awesome. How did I get turned into a witch? Somebody turned me into a witch.
Glory, word is given. Let us ride to Corlane.
Champion, if I may have a word with you, I would like your assistance.
So if you come back and work with her, this is part of the working with the Orders of Embers. Excuse me. These quest lines are super fun. But we're not going to do those because we're going to go turn in.
Marshal Reed, are those your men?
Yes, the Coven took them. Now they're no more than mindless pawns. We will have no choice but to cut through them.
I'm sorry.
The Coven will fall beneath my blade. All right, men! Let us take this tower and drive the Coven from Corlane. Glory to House Waycrest! My lord, we can handle these soldiers, Inquisitor. Find them!
Oh my god, I might die. Woo! I did die. That's what happens when you pull too many and you're not paying attention when they tell you to run inside and don't fight these. Yeah, Lady Atara, I think Bubbloni was saying earlier that he thinks it's Logain's voice. Same voice actor.
The Heartspine commands! We can handle these soldiers, Inquisitor. Find their leader!
I heard an evil witch cackling somewhere. It's not good. She's probably upstairs. She totally is.
To the Coven!
Excellent work, Inquisitor. This tower will provide us a vantage over Corlane and all of its holdings. We must remain vigilant.
Falconer's Whistle. Hang on, I must have. That's why you shouldn't skip the text. Well, it's pointing me outside.
We must act with haste.
What news do you bring? Required items. Whistle.
I am sworn to protect.
By the way, I have mail. Oh, these are just updates. Okay. Oh, by the way, there's totally a flight path over here I need to grab now. Somebody's meowing at my door.
Will you hold still? I need to make this tight.
I'm trying. It would be easier if you weren't attempting to rip my arm off.
Give me 2 seconds. Somebody's crying at the door. That was more like somebody wanted more food. They already had their dinner, but somebody was still hungry, so they got a little extra. Oh, I don't remember what I was supposed to do here.
Now, the path to Waycrest Manor runs through Upper Core Lane. We should check that out first. So, they put up a barrier, eh? I can't say I'm surprised, but that will prove problematic. Why don't we do a flyover of the town proper? Be sure to come in low enough that we can get a good look. They're rounding up the townspeople. That must mean that they're not completely under the Coven spell. Maybe there are more survivors out there. Before we return, there's one last place we should check. There's an armory right over the hill. Let's see if anyone's home.
Right, I can see the bottom of the bowl. That's totally what it was.
The blacksmith is alive. We're in luck. No, we better get to him quickly. Hurry back. We need to let Marshal Reed know what we saw. I'm sure he'll have a strategy in mind.
So like all of what we're seeing right here with the voiceovers and everything else, this is what you're not going to get. You're not going to get the cinematic experience in Lord of the Rings Online because they don't have the budget. So there's a lot less voice acting and cinematic stuff going on. Doesn't mean it's less fun, it's just it's different style. I've played that game ever since it launched, and honestly, anybody who's been around my channel for a while, the core of my channel was built on Lord of the Rings Online and Star Wars: Old Republic, but Lord of the Rings Online more so than Star Wars: Old Republic. And like Chris and I did the whole Lotro cooking in real life series. I think we did like 25 episodes or so where we took recipes from the game and like cooked them in the kitchen and put them up on Patreon and did full-on professional photos and and I love Lord of the Rings Online. It's a great game. The only reason I didn't, and I did play it in early 2023 a little bit, but mostly I think I was playing a lot of Star Wars: Old Republic in early 2023 for about 3 months because it was time for me to get back up to speed on all that content. Next year is probably going to be the first year in a very long time that I don't play Lord of the Rings Online. And honestly, it's going to be, moving forward.
The Coven will fall.
Now that I am where I am with, my full-time career as content creator and streamer, I'm starting to look less and less behind and more future, because there's just so many good games coming out, and in order to have channel growth and pay the bills, I gotta play what's current and modern and bring in the views. It's nice to jump back into old things from time to time, but also, I'm really looking forward to, as an example, Weta Workshops is working together with I dropped it in Discord the other day. Let me go look it up again, because I don't remember the name of it off. It's something about the Shire. I think Tales of the Shire maybe is what it's called. Let me scroll up. Yep, Tales of the Shire. It's between Weta Workshop and Private Division is the publisher. It's going to be a homey, campy style of game that's based on The Hobbit. And Weta Workshop is the one who actually is building it. Like that, it's their very first ever game project. And they're doing it around The Hobbit, and it's called Tales of the Shire. And then Amazon has a new Lord of the Rings MMO in the works. It was being prototyped last year, so it's probably another 5 years out from even being a reality. But at some point, we're going to see a new Lord of the Rings game, and I would much rather look forward to that. Here's hoping that Standing Stones can keep running, Lord of the Rings Online, for another 20 years if they can. But it's also, for someone like me who's played it for 15 years, I kind of seen everything I wanted to see, even though my highest character still hasn't finished the main storyline. My highest level character is only like 104, and he's sitting outside of Minas Tirith and Osgiliath looking for Faramir. I still haven't taken the Ring to Mordor and finished the storyline, and someday I would like to do that, but at the same time, I've played that game so much over the years. I've seen everything I want to see. Same thing as Star Wars: Old Republic. I love that game, and I do go back every year and a half or so and play through, whatever's the most recent current content. But it's not something I care to main ever again. Bubbaloni says, FYI, Simon Templeman plays Marshall Reed. He also played Taron Logain in Dragon Age, Kane from Legacy of Kain, and Gabriel Roman from Drake's Fortune. I'll be damned. Good call, sir. All right. For all the new people, I'm going to do a quick commercial break, everybody. Daily streams, 5:30 a.m., 8 p.m. Central most nights. Tonight I started early. We multi-stream on Twitch and YouTube, so you can watch in both places whenever we're live. The day-to-day stuff, how I make a living, is on YouTube. So the video production, which is usually 4 or 5 videos per day on top of the streams. I do game guides, game reviews, first impression videos, gaming news, tabletop news, and movie reviews and TV show reviews. Most recently we reviewed Star Wars Ahsoka, and then I think at some point over the holidays we might jump in and watch the second season of Wheel of Time, but it's not high on our list of priorities. Right now I got 2 movie reviews I got to get up, which was The Creator and Fat Man, and then we're going to do Kingdom of Heaven, which I've seen before, but we're going to do it. So that's the short version. If you want to support, if you're on Twitch, you bits, cheers, and subs. And if you're on YouTube, it's super chats and memberships. And if you're a member on YouTube, there's also the member videos we do. We just did a huge analytics update for all of our YouTube members, talking about the channel growth in 2023, how much income the channel's generating, looking at growth across all spectrums now that we're starting a multi-stream since October. Things are looking good, man. Next year is going to be a really exciting year for Chris and I. If growth continues the way it was throughout 2023. So all that kind of stuff for those of you who are new, check it all out. Obviously, we play a lot of different games. Rogue Trader's the big one. I got a video coming out Thursday morning. Once that kicks off, it's going to be a lot less Warcraft streaming. I'll probably only be doing my scheduled sessions once that kicks off on Thursday, which is Wednesday night Heroic Dungeons and Saturday night Raids, and probably 1 or 2 morning sessions, but the bulk of December is going to be getting through Rogue Trader and doing that playthrough. And then occasionally dipping in and doing some Dune Spice Wars, because it's a damn good game if you haven't played that yet. Thursday, lady. Thursday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time on the 7th, Rogue Trader drops. So hopefully I can get it patched up. It depends on the internet and everything else, but if I can get it patched up, I'd like to be streaming by early afternoon. We'll see how it goes. Excuse me. I apologize for that. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that too loud. A little bit of a burp coming out. Oh, hello, that's not good.
I can't attack that target.
Watch a drop!
I can't attack that.
Yeah, Rhynek, those have been a couple of really good games. Spice Wars was way better than I thought it was going to be. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I was kind of like, I'll try it out and see. And it really makes me want to go back and I wish that I could get enjoyment out of Shiro's previous game, War Tales, because I liked what I saw, but I know myself, I don't like playing those crafting survival games by myself. If I was playing that with my brother, some other people, it would be a different question. But
The spiders! They're everywhere!
I might as well
Even
do these
rotten
quests.
crops
They're right
regrow.
here.
This land is cursed.
That spider's totally gonna drop down. Yep. Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise too, because it's like it's way more in depth than I thought it was gonna be. And there's like, I really like the fact that there's multiple ways to win. So like, it's not just, you know, conquer the territory. It's like, oh no, you could conquer the territory, or you could win by playing the stock market with the spice and chome, or you could choose to beat somebody in the lands rack and become the governor of Arrakis for a month. And like, there's all these different ways to win the game, which I think adds another layer of fun to it, because it's, you know, it's got options, and it can kind of depend on the faction you're playing and all sorts of other stuff. Well, I'm tentatively excited for Dune Awakening. I'm keeping a close eye on the development. I've published a few videos on it. I want it to be good, but I'm so terrified because they keep, every time they do an interview, they talk about the PvP. And it's like, I don't want to PvP. I just want to play the game with my friends. Like this. Like, I want to be able to do single player stuff and group up when I can, you know, on a couple nights a week, but I don't want to be forced to PvP. And every time they do an interview, that's all they talk about is the PvP. And I'm like, ugh. But other people have said, oh, you shouldn't worry. Conan Exiles had a PvE mode that you could play with your friends. You didn't have to do the PvP. And I'm like, yeah, but they haven't mentioned that in any of the commentary. So it makes me super nervous because it's like, I don't want to have the PvP. I'm going to avoid going in the mine if I can avoid it. Unless he's down in the mine. He's totally down in here, maybe. Oh, no, maybe not. It looks like he might be up top. But visually, I've been keeping up to date on the Dune Awakening MMO, and it looks great. It does look phenomenal.
Mind your business, and I'll mind mine. Even rotten crops regrow. Oh, thanks again for taking care of those spiders. Not sure how much longer I would have lasted.
Hang on, they're not in here? Oh, he's outside.
Hail, traveler.
Silver nuggets.
Glory to House Waycroft.
Alright, now I've got silvered weapons. Where's the person I'm supposed to be looking for?
Get back, or you'll be meeting me hammer. Get cracking.
Calm down, bro.
Wait. You're not one of them.
No, I'm not.
All right. You just lead the way.
You found him. We should leave quickly. The Coven has this place surrounded. Go with the tides.
Alright, defeat the ambush. Is the ambush downstairs?
I can't attack that target.
What can this old salt do for you? Don't go dogging no what. All right. You just lead the way.
Maybe I'm supposed
You
to
found
take
him.
this quest.
We should leave quickly. The Coven has this place surrounded.
Alright, let's go.
Mind your tack.
Well, hey, while we're here.
Just you try. You'll taste my hammer, witch.
Where? Where's the witch?
Carry on.
Is he gonna follow me? Man, what ambush are we supposed to... I feel like this might be broken because it's not triggering.
What can this old salt do for you? Get on then. No sin. All right. You just lead the way.
You found him.
just lead the
We
way.
should
I
leave
am
quickly.
leading the way.
The Coven has this place surrounded.
Right.
Wait. What was that?
There it goes.
Yeah. Blast them out.
Just you try. You'll fly alive for the
So-
Coven.
First time I've seen that happen where it didn't want to trigger.
You cannot escape the mother.
Ah, cram it, you foul-tongued nag. Your mother can rot in the bowels of a sea snake.
I'm gonna abandon this quest. I don't need to do this.
The battle awaits. Glory to House Waycrest.
What is your business with House Waycrest?
Alright,
Keep
we
your
need to
sails
create a
clean.
silver weapon.
Mind your tack. Ain't much here, but I got a notion how to maximize its potential. Let me work this for a spell. Meanwhile, I believe I spied an old hand cannon in the repair heap over there. Fetch it for me, and we'll see what we can do. I'll need to modify this here hand cannon a mite first. Ah, there we go! All that's left is to give the girl a name. How about we call her Witchrend? Oh,
If
and
you
one
say
more
so,
thing.
sir.
Don't be trying to fire her too fast. You'll damage her garage if you're not careful. Good
Alright,
luck,
witch
and
rending.
put some witches in the ground for old Angus.
Alright. I feel like that is probably a good place for me to call it. Because I'm about 3.5 hours in right now. So we had a good run tonight. Tomorrow, I will not be streaming early tomorrow. Tomorrow I won't be starting until 8 o'clock Central because I got other stuff I got to do tomorrow. And tomorrow night is going to be, we're going to be doing Heroic Dungeons tomorrow night is the plan. Assuming we got peeps to do it. Otherwise I'll keep questing. But I think we have peeps who wanted to do Heroics. Tomorrow morning, I will either do some more Warcraft tomorrow morning or I might do some Dune Spice Wars tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is my last day of like I need to just sort of rest up tomorrow as much as they can because Thursday is going to be a big day because of the launch of Rogue Trader. So I'm going to be going crazy the next couple of weeks trying to get hot and heavy, getting a bunch of guides out for that game and seeing if I can't capitalize. I know Morticiable Gaming's doing stuff. Slandered Gaming is doing stuff. Those two guys are both going to be going hard and heavy on Rogue Trader. I think Co-Carnage is going to play it. I don't know who else is going to play it, but I'm hoping. I don't know that it's going to be Baldur's Gate 3 big for my channel, but there's definitely been an uptick over the last couple of weeks as I started doing like 2 videos a day on it and guides and stuff. So I'm hoping I'm hoping to see a growth spurt around Rogue Trader over the next, ideally 60 days. It's probably going to be 2 months. I don't know that I'll be able to finish it by the end of December. If it's as big as Owlcat's previous games, it's probably going to take me 6 weeks. Unless I just no-life it. But I don't like to no-life things because my channel's a variety channel, so I like to do lots of different things. So I'm trying not to become a one-trick pony where all I do is just like play the most recent game and that's it. Like I try to make sure I intersperse it with my movie reviews and TV shows and my first impressions. I downloaded hang on, it's on Game Pass right now. I'll tell you what it's called. I need to do a first impressions of it. Rollerdrome is what it's called. Rollerdrome. I'll do at the very least I'll do a first impressions video on that one. And I still got to do Bramble. I've heard great things about Bramble. I've had it on my Xbox for like 6 months and I just never got around to playing it. So that one's on my agenda too. Sometime. We'll see if I ever get to it or not. But the big thing's going to be Rogue Trader starting Thursday. And then I'm really hoping that we get it would be really cool to have an early launch for Star Wars Outlaws next year. I'm actually really glad they announced Grand Theft Auto 6 was 2025 because I didn't. That means I don't have to worry about it next year. Reports suggest, according to an earnings figure report, Ubisoft stated it's releasing a large game thought to be Star Wars Outlaws at a later date in 2024. The initial reports hinted at a target date of March, but that's probably going to not happen now. So we'll see. That's the big game that I'm waiting for next year, plus Avowed, but we still don't have a release date for Avowed either. I love this music. They weave in some common themes, some common songs that we all know, and then they put their own spin on it. It's very good. Aaron says, oh man, Aaron, I never caught your answers because the stupid Multistream Streamlabs wasn't showing me YouTube chat. Aaron Shockey says, great answer about the Lord of the Rings versus World of Warcraft stuff. Standalone games really seem to let the players down a lot for what the community says with the communication about updates as well. But you convinced me to try the game. Can't wait. It's been a long time since I played it. I mean, Standing Stones, it's a small team. So yeah, it is what it is. But it's worth playing. And there's enough content that you don't have to worry about them not being on top of things, because there's all that old expansion content you can plow through at your leisure. What a great way to end the stream, just listen to some cool tavern music. Thanks for being here tonight, everybody. Do you think Rogue Trader will be as big as the Pathfinder games? I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't even pay attention to how big the Kickstarter was, to be honest with you. So, I know Warhammer is a much bigger tabletop game than Pathfinder is. It has a much deeper and richer history. But I don't know. I don't know that they've. I don't know. Has anybody ever done a CRPG for Warhammer before? If they have, I don't know. But I do know that Owlcat makes good games. So it's been a fun beta. Aaron says, great stream. Gonna try World of Warcraft as soon as it finishes downloading. Nice. I tell you what, WoW has got me by the balls, Aaron. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun, but I also don't have the baggage that a lot of people have, and I've mentioned this before in other videos, because I'm playing this as sort of like the first time I've ever really played. I have dabbled in WoW in the past, and I've done Classic, but I've never done retail like this, and I am having a great time. Like, someone was asking me the other day, why are you running Kul Tiras again? Didn't you just do this with your Hunter? And I was like, so? Like, it was really fun. I want to do it again. And a lot of these quests I didn't do. Like, the campaign stuff I did, but a lot of the side quests I didn't do. I'm happy to do it again, because it's all still new to me. And I'll get to go do Dragonflight again. And I had so much fun with Dragonflight. Dragonflight was a really good storyline. Like, a really good storyline. And I know a lot more about the game now. I know how the game plays a lot more. So my warrior, when I get him there, knowing what I do now about like how the looking for raid works and everything else, I'm gonna do those instead of waiting to do those with the guild like I am with my Hunter. I'm just gonna do those as I come across them. That way I'm doing the storyline chronologically. So the tank I have a lot more freedom to just go do stuff, whereas my Hunter I've tried to only keep my Hunter doing only guild activities. I don't like to do a lot of pug stuff with him, which I probably just need to get over that and do more pug stuff. Yeah, Rhinock, it's going to be a good game no matter what. The other unfortunate thing is which this is definitely impacting Rogue Trader, which is the fact that Owlcat Games is a Russian company, and I feel sorry for poor Slandered Gaming. Slandered's a good dude, and he got hit hard and heavy about a week ago. I noticed on one of his posts where just he had a subset of his community who just went off in this political tangent about how he shouldn't be playing the game and he shouldn't be supporting them because it's a Russian gaming company and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, y'all need to leave politics out of video games or films or any of that crap. Like, art is its own thing. Like, just leave it alone. Like, they're a good group of people who have made really good games over the past few years. Everybody loves their Pathfinder games. They have nothing but a great reputation. It shouldn't matter where their studio is located. But you have some people who can't separate politics out from things, and so they just want to piss in everybody else's Cheerios. And it's like, who cares? Like, the Pathfinder games were amazing. If you've not played those, you totally should. If you like CRPGs. And so far, Rogue Trader has been a lot of fun. I can't wait. Because I've been playing the beta version. I didn't even bother. I know, like, Mortissimal and Slander went out and got the pre-launch copies from Owlcat. I haven't bothered pitching for that kind of stuff yet. I'm still growing my channel. I probably could have gotten a pre-release copy, but I just went ahead and stuck with the beta. It's going to be fun, though. It's going to be a good holiday game to play over the Christmas season. Anyway, thanks, everybody. I'm going to shut up, go brush my teeth, see if Chris is still awake, what's up with the cats. See everybody tomorrow morning, bright and early, 5:30 a.m. Central is the planned start time. I don't know what we're playing tomorrow morning, but we'll do something fun together. Thanks for hanging out tonight, folks. See ya.